Welcome back. This second video talks about the two examples on the second page of section 10.1 notes. We have a couple of word problems. Let's read through example 5. A 10-foot long ladder is leaning against the wall of a house. Bottom of the ladder has been placed 3 feet from the base of the wall. How far above the ground does the ladder touch the wall? Okay, so let's draw a little picture and think about what's going on here. So we have a house right here. So this will be my house. Okay, over here's the house. And there's the ground outside the house. We have a ladder that's leaning against the wall of the house. And that ladder is 10 feet long. So a nice straight ladder that's 10 feet long. We're going to have to assume that the ground and the house form a 90-degree angle in order to do this. So we have nice flat level ground next to the house. We have that the bottom of the ladder has been placed 3 feet from the base of the wall of the house. So there's the 3 feet. Bottom of the ladder is here. Base of the house is there. That distance is 3 feet from the base of the wall. And what we are trying to find is how far above the ground does the ladder touch the wall? So we need this height x right here. How far above the ground does the ladder touch the wall? So there's the x. All right. So we've interpreted the problem. Now what we're going to do is solve for x. So notice that the 10 is the hypotenuse. This is the hypotenuse because it's across from the 90-degree angle. So I'll label that HYP for hypotenuse. Notice where it is. It's across the triangle from the 90-degree angle. So that's our hypotenuse. So now we will set up the equation. Leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. And then we'll just do the math. 3 squared is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. 10 times 10 is 100. We'll subtract 9 from both sides. And we'll have x squared equals 91. And then we will do the square root. Now, normally we would have a plus or minus square root. Normally we would write this. But we can't have negative lengths. So x has to be the positive square root of 91. So then I'm going to grab my calculator and I'm going to do the square root. Notice how we did that. So we push second function and then the square root. Notice the square root is a second function. And we have 9.54. So we'll round it to 2 decimal places. 9.54, and we'll put some units on that. These are measured in feet. So 9.54 feet, about 9.5 feet up the side of the wall of the house. All right, let's do example 6. A soccer field is a rectangle, 100 meters wide and 130 meters long. Coach is asking players to run from one corner to the other corner diagonally across the field. What is the distance they have to run? So I'm going to draw a little picture. Remember, a rectangle has 4 right angles. I'll put a little right angle right here in the corner. And we're having the players run from corner to corner along that diagonal. I'm going to label a couple links here. This is 100 meters. This is 130 meters. And we are looking for this distance diagonally where the players are running. So notice that the x represents the length of the hypotenuse. It's across from the 90-degree angle. So we will set up the equation x squared, hypotenuse squared equals leg squared plus leg squared. And then we'll just do the math. Now, actually, I think what I'm going to do is make the calculator do all this because I'm going to come up with a decimal answer anyway. So I'm just going to do this calculation and let the calculator do all of it. All right, so let me show you what I mean here. So I'm going to grab the calculator. We do second function square root. I'm going to do 100 squared plus 130 squared. And then I'm going to push enter, and the calculator can do all the computations all at once. So 164.01. That is so close to 164 meters that I'm just going to write it as 164 meters. But as you're doing the homework, pay careful attention to the directions. Usually they'll tell you what to round to. A lot of times you're just going to round to the nearest whole number. So read those directions.